everybody, Chad here with Food Fuel TV. And in today's episode, we are going to be making my slow cooker lasagna. That's right, slow cooker lasagna, who'da thunk? You can do it in no time at all, so sit tight and I'll bring you on back and show you how it's done. Alright everyone, this is a very, very easy to put together lasagna. You know, there's just a few simple ingredients with it. You're going to have your mozzarella, of course, that's the star of the show, right? Everybody loves their cheese. We also have some fresh mozzarella. We're going to be doing both of these. A little bit of ground beef, some ricotta cheese, and I like to spice it up a little bit with some Italian hot sausage. We got a little bit of diced onion and some tomato sauce and some tomatoes to go with it, and of course some garlic. And the star of the show, what really makes this possible in your slow cooker, it is making sure that you get the oven ready lasagna. These noodles don't need to be boiled ahead of time, so star of the show here. So let's go ahead and get this prepared. Now, of course, the first thing you want to do is just brown off your ground beef here. It's as simple as that. You know, I got a pound of ground beef here. Just go ahead and get that into your pot. Okay, all you want to do is just get your beef starting to brown up. When you get your beef going here, you just want to cook it until there's no pink on the left and the inside. And while that's also cooking, you want to get your onion in there. This is one large yellow onion. Alright, we've got that nice and browned up here. No more pink on the inside. The onions have softened up a bit. So to that, now we are going to add 2 cloves of garlic. I'm actually cheating today. I have some minced garlic to put in here, and 2 cloves of garlic is about 1.5 teaspoons of your chopped garlic. So you just want to get that in there. You know, if you like a little extra garlic, it's fine. Go ahead and load it up. I do. Put a little bit more in there. But that's all you got to do. Just get your garlic in there and let that stir around and let it cook for another minute. Alright, we got that all mixed up here, and it's been cooking for just about a minute. And to that, we're going to go ahead and turn the fire off. And we got 1 teaspoon of salt here. We're just going to put that in. And then we also have 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and that'll just go in there as well. And just give that a quick stir up. Alright, now that we have the meat all browned up and the oregano, salt, and garlic added in there and the onions, I'm going to transfer this out to another bowl just to hold it for a little bit here, and I'm going to go ahead and cook up our hot Italian sausage. Alright, we got these browned up here. We just need to add a little bit of water and let them cook for about another 12 minutes. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and slice up our mozzarella cheese here. This is the fresh one, comes in a log form here. So I'm going to be doing both a fresh mozzarella and the brick, as we're all familiar with as well in this recipe. I really like the taste and the texture of the fresh mozzarella, but I also like the ease of this for the top. I like to put this between the layers and use this for the top. Now, you don't need the entire brick. You only really need to do about half of this in your lasagna. I'm going to go ahead and shred up the entire brick because, you know, I mean, in this house, cheese is the most amazing thing next to bacon. So we go through a lot of it. Once you have your sausage all cooked up, you just want to go ahead and slice it up into you know, just some small bite-sized pieces here. And you know, this had 5 sausages. I'm only going to use 4 of those, and I'll probably just have this as a little snack. So all we need to do now is we've got our ground beef and all of our sausage sliced up and put into the bowl. We're going to take a jar of tomato sauce and pour that in here and get this all mixed up. This is a 28 ounce jar of tomato sauce. And we're also going to add in a can of diced tomatoes into this as well, just to give it a little bit more of that good tomato flavor. You know, with your sauce, you know, if you have the diced tomato with basil in the can, you can add that as well. I just happened this was the only one I had in the pantry today, so go ahead and that opened up here. Alright, next up here we just want to take our ricotta cheese and get that into the bowl. And we're going to mix this up with just a little bit of granulated garlic. We got a little bit of parsley. That's dried parsley. And also some dried basil. Now, if you're looking for this recipe, I should mention it will be listed. I will put a link down in the description box below over to the recipe on my website at foodfueltv.com. So just go ahead and give that a good blend together in your bowl. I like to just use a rubber spatula for this. Okay, all we're going to do here is ladle. We're going to get about, I don't know, about half of it into our 5-quart slow cooker pot. You do not need to grease the slow cooker. You can just put it all right in there. That's about, maybe a little bit more. There we go. It's really just about enough to cover the bottom with a nice layer. So to that next, what we're going to add is the noodles. We want to get about 1/3 of our noodles in there. And again, these are the oven ready ones, so you don't have to boil them. So we can literally take this right up out of the box. You know, and this is a 12-ounce box, but we actually only need 8 ounces of these. So that's about I'll leave about four of the noodles in the box and use everything but 4 noodles. And then with this, really all you're going to do is you know, lay them down in there. Of course, the first one's the easiest; it just sits right in the middle. You know, but don't be afraid to to break these off to get everything to fit in there. It is totally fine. Because when you're in a slow cooker, you know, this isn't going to come out like your traditional one in the oven does in the nice, you know, square pieces. So just get a layer of those in there. The next thing that you're going to want to add into the layering here is the cheeses. And you want to put about 1/3 of that over the noodles. And then we're just going to kind of rinse and repeat here as we go through. So I have some of that fresh mozzarella cheese, and we're just gonna layer a bit of this down into the bottom here, and then on top of that, we're going to take a little bit of our ricotta that we mixed up here, few good dollops. And then all you want to do next, after that, is go ahead and kind of repeat those layers. So we're going to put another layer of the noodles in here. And you just want to keep an eye, you don't want to get your slow cooker too full, because these don't work as well when they're overloaded. I might just be approaching the Maxville line here, but that's okay. We got all of our meat now in there, and the last thing you want to do is take that shredded mozzarella cheese that we had earlier, and just sprinkle that right on top. And you can do the cheese to your liking. I used probably about 2/3 of that cheese, so there's still some there. But that's all you gotta do. At this point in time, just pop this right into your slow cooker, and you're gonna want to cook it on low for about 4 to 5 hours, or until those lasagna noodles are nice and tender. So I'll just bring you on back here when this is done cooking. Alright everybody, we're back here. It has been 5 hours. Let's go ahead and take a peek. See what we got in here. Oh, would you look at that. All of that delicious melted cheese, sausage, poking up through. Everything's just bubbling in there. It is looking amazing. Oh, would you look at that. Absolutely cheesy and meaty, all ready to go. Let's dish some of this up. That right there, folks, is amazing. I will go ahead and post a link to this in the description box below, and you can grab the recipe off my website at foodfueltv.com. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this video. Until next time, this has been Chad with Food Fuel TV. Keep on cooking.